My fiance's ex-husband shows up to every single event in our lives, and when I found out he'd booked the same cabin as our anniversary trip, I finally hit my limit. I've been with Dana for almost 3 years. We got engaged 8 months ago. She was married to Reed for a long time before we met. They divorced 5 years ago and share a daughter, Piper, who has her own room in our house and who I adore. Dana and Reed are genuinely good co-parents, and honestly, that's part of why I fell for Dana. She's kind, she keeps things civil, she never trash talks him. The problem is that Reed is everywhere. The holidays and birthdays I get. Piper's birthday, the winter holidays, Thanksgiving, of course. But it goes way past that. Reed gets invited to Dana's birthday, to my birthday, to Dana's parents' anniversary dinner, to backyard barbecues that have nothing to do with Piper. Yes, Dana invited her ex-husband to my birthday dinner. I've brought it up with Dana more times than I can count, and every time she tells me I'm being insecure and making something out of nothing. I booked a long weekend at a lakeside cabin for the 3 of us, Dana, Piper, and me, for our anniversary in October. Dana mentioned the dates to Reed because we were taking Piper for an extra few days. Then Reed started posting on social media about a spontaneous fall getaway. Dana texted him, half joking, asking where he was headed. His reply, "Funny thing, I saw the area you guys picked and found a cabin in the same spot, snagged it. Guess we'll all be lake neighbors, huh?" I told Dana we were canceling. She said she couldn't. The booking was non-refundable. So I told her then I wasn't going. I wanted one trip, one weekend. That was just our little family. Dana said there was nothing we could do now, but that we'd talk about setting clearer boundaries going forward. She came home late that night from a work thing and seemed surprised I was still up. "Everything okay? We need to talk," I said. I told her either she asked Reed to cancel and actually set boundaries, or we were done. Oh my god, are you seriously still on this? This has been my whole life since we met. Reed's always around. I get upset, you talk me down, and then it happens again. I reminded her that in June we'd hosted Reed's new partner's birthday in our backyard. Where's the line? Is he going to be at our wedding? In the wedding party? On our honeymoon? We're both tired, she said. Let's talk tomorrow. I can't wait until tomorrow. Will you ask him to cancel and tell him about my boundaries? Yes or no? I can't make him do anything. He's not my husband anymore. You can tell him I'm uncomfortable. You can put me first for once. And then the thing I'd been swallowing for months came out. I don't feel like I'm ever actually going to be your wife. He's more your family than I'll ever be. Stop. You know how much I love you. Why are you saying this? So I asked her the question I already dreaded. If we broke up and Reed wanted to try again, would you go back to him? She hesitated. Just a second too long. Why would you even ask me that? That pause was my answer. I slipped off the ring and set it on the table. I'll leave in the morning. She fell apart, talked about the wedding, the life we'd planned, begged me not to end things before the holidays, suggested we start counseling in the new year. I told her I didn't have the energy left for another round of let it go. She cried. I lay awake most of the night, crying on and off myself. In the morning, she made me breakfast, hugged me, and asked me to just stay in touch, to not make it permanent. I said I couldn't. She left for work with red eyes. I called my sister, and she and her husband said I could stay with them until I found my own place. I spent the afternoon wrapping the gifts I'd already bought for Piper. That little girl did nothing wrong, and left them under a blanket in her room with a note telling her I loved her and always would. Here's the part I didn't expect. 2 weeks later, Reed of all people reached out to me. He said Dana had told him what happened, and that he felt awful. He'd never realized how much space he was taking up, that Dana had always waved off his offers to step back. "For what it's worth," he wrote, "you weren't wrong. She should have protected that with you. I'm in my own apartment now. It's small and quiet and entirely mine. Piper's mom still lets me take her for ice cream once a month, which means more to me than the whole relationship did by the end." Sometimes the person who finally respects your boundary isn't the one you were fighting to hear it.